Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you are back today for another episode of Label My Library. I will link the playlist in my description box of all the other episodes that I have recorded for your perusal should you wish to see some of the other gorgeous books I've got in my pattern stash, my library, if you will. So what I decided to do a fair while ago now, I can't even remember how long ago it was, that just shows you how many pattern books I do own. I decided that I would preempt selections from the books that I own because, of course, I do endeavour to make everything, but it won't all be done super quickly. There are still the vast majority of my books up there that I still haven't made anything from, but yet I still can't stop myself from buying them. So yes, I am a yarn collector, but I am also a pattern collector. Now for this segment, I do stick to the books that I own, but please believe me when I say that I have a huge stash of magazines full of patterns. I have binders full of patterns that I have bought and printed off, and my phone is chock-a-block of even more patterns that I have not yet printed. Yes, my name is Manfa and I have a huge crochet and pattern addiction. So because I can be really indecisive, because I can get project paralysis, I thought that by doing this, I will be able to go through the books that I own and pick my top 3 should I ever pick that book up and want to make something. Past Sam has already selected the top 3 that I want to make, and then I only have to decide between 3 rather than the whole book and have even more project pattern paralysis. That's the method of my madness. Hopefully in the future it will work out for me. Now, the books that I am featuring today, I have done a more in-depth book look, so I will link that particular book look video in my description box as well. If you want to see the books in a bit more detail to see if they are books that you would like to own. I am not sponsored or affiliated by anybody. This is just something I do with my own purchases, my own items, possessions, I suppose. But I'm literally going to show you the patterns that are available and I'm going to pick my top 3. Now today we are going to label my 3 Pica books. So there will actually be 9 selections today. So if you want to go grab a drink, if you want to pick up your project, please do go ahead. And of course, let me know down in the comments if your selections would have been the same or different to mine, because we all have different preferences. And it's always interesting to see what others would have picked if it was their choice. So the first Pica book, here it is, absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I will put the more in-depth book look in my description box for you. We are literally going to look at the gorgeous creations in here and I'm going to pick my faves. So let's get through all the information at the beginning. These really are gorgeous books, guys. Still haven't made anything from them, but you know. So here is Pedro Vondito Pig. There he is, ready to go swimming in his little trunks and his floaties. Super cute, super adorable for all you pig fans out there. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Next up, we have Hans Grizzly Bear, all ready for winter, which is fast approaching again for us in the Northern Hemisphere. Oh my goodness, struggling to speak. Cute in his little bobble hat and his scarf and his little vest. Gorgeous. I love that Pica has a slightly different aesthetic to other amigurumis out there. This is Renee Yakare Cayman. I've probably said that really badly wrongly, but you know, going to a party, judging by the party hat. Super, super cute. Then we have Ramon the donkey in his little poncho. Cute as a button. Love it. Bit of colour work going on there. Beautimous. Then we have Lola Panda with her little cute skirt. Adorable. Then we have Rosa, the cheetah, in her little pinafore dress there. Looks like she's about to run a marathon in her little pinafore. Love her. Then we have, oh, they're calling it a jumper dress. I call it a pinafore. Then we have Victor Frog. He's also ready to go swimming in his little flippers and his trunks. Gorgeous. Used to collect frogs when I was a kid. Not real ones, but you know. Then we have George McPlatypus with his little bow tie. Super adorable. I find platypus is platypi maybe? Fascinating creatures. Marcus the coati. Again, probably said it wrong. But there he is. Kind of like a cross between a tiger and a fox. And then we have Audrey Gazelle. Looks very elegant, doesn't she? And there we go. Then Harry the Wolf in his gloves and scarf. Apologies if you can hear Rolo snoring in the background. Hector Rhinoceros. He's cute. Love the pattern on his top. And then we have Charles the Woodpecker. Beautiful. Bonnie the Puffin. Super cute. And we have Hugo Bat. Not sure about the pom-poms on his scarf, but you know. Not a fan of making pom-poms. Then we have Marsha the alpaca. And Daniel the Jack Russell. He's got a dicky bow tie on as well. Cute little chap. And Robin Unicorn with the anchor tattoo on her butt. And that is that. So for me, my top 3 picks are bear with. Victor the Frog. He's going to get a little sticky. There's Victor. Then it's going to be George McPlatypus. So he will get a little sticky. And then I am going to choose... Oh, have I gone past him? The Cayman Crocodile. So that is my 3 choices for book number 1. of the Pica collection. Why aren't you sticking? Come on. There we go. So, Pica number 2. Let's see what delightful creations we have in this one. We start off with Logan the koala. Cute. Then we have Darwin the turtle in his little rain boots. Gorgeous. Oh, there's a side picture of him there. You can see his shell. And then we have Satsuki cat. She's pretty. Then we have Mario the raccoon. They still just look like burglars to me. With their face masks, bless them. And then we have Agatha B. Lots of gorgeous colour work on her. I have never seen a similar bee to this one. Very different aesthetic. Super cute. Then we have Newton the owl. Love the checkers on his tummy. Gorgeous. Then we have Otis the sloth in his beanie hat. Super adorable. Then we have Henriette the zebra. And I know some of you from the US are getting irritated when I say zebra, but it's zebra here. Louisa elephant. Cuteness. Then Anderson the seal. James the duck. Getting a very French vibe with that beret. Cute. Then Philippe the lobster. He makes me giggle. I don't know why. Then Lupita the spider monkey. Cuteness. Then Monty the Tamandua, I think. Now that is some nose, isn't it? Sometimes my family calls it a schnoz. What a schnoz. And then Javier the goat. Cute, love the dungarees. And then we've got Nera the tigress. And I love that they've done this tiger in pink, because you know I'm all about the pink. Then Sebastian the lion. Now, that is one beautiful throw. Gorgeous. And Thomas Aguaria Guazu? No idea. It looks fox-like. Another dicky bow tie. They're all very, very elegant, aren't they, these creations? Gorgeous. Then we have Ada the lamb. Super cute. I can see a little tiny baby carrying that round in its little pudgy hand. Super adorable. And Ada was the last one. So the first pick of mine has to be Darwin the turtle, because my youngest Max, his favourite creature is a turtle. Whenever I see one, I think of my Max. So that, of course, is my first sticky. Next, I would like to make Otis the sloth, for no other reason than I've never made a sloth before and he is cute. So Otis gets my second sticky. And then lastly, who do I want to make? There's quite a few in here that I would love to make. Oh, decisions. Okay, I think I've made a decision. I was looking at the double page of all the projects in one place. I think I'm going to pick Lupita the spider monkey because she is cute. So that is my third pick. Ooh. Here we go. And finally, Pica 3. Get to the patterns. Bear with. Okay, Lucas the red fox is the first one. Next up we have Gilbert the rabbit. Cute. Wonder if she's put wire in his ears to make them stand up like that. Doesn't mention anything about wire. And also, don't forget, guys, I still have my Hobie Christmas Advent that is Pica that I still have not unboxed and looked inside. So that will be coming in December. That's exciting. Okay, next we have Olivia Rosemary Mouse. So sweet. Love her little cape. Gorgeous. Then we have Horatio the polar bear. I know somebody in these YouTube streets that would love a polar bear. Auntie Lala. Then there is Ron the red panda. He looks slightly grumpy, but in a cute way. Again though, pom-poms on the scarf. I'm not a fan, guys. I suppose you could leave them off. Angus the squirrel. Do we get a better picture of his tail? No. Humboldt penguin is, you know, prepared for a rainy day. Look at him. Gorgeous. Tina Lima. Ramona cow. Cute. Peggy the hippopotamus. She looks huggable. I know that's a really weird thing to say, but she does. Mabel the hedgehog in her dress-up fairy wings. That's a lot of hair though, guys. My golly gosh. Super adorable though. Am I brave enough? Ooh, don't know. Then Indiana moth. Lots of colour work on this one as well. Then Alberto Seagull. He looks ready to pinch your chips on the pier. Then Astrid the ostrich with another beret. Love the detail on the wings though, or the tail feathers, whichever they are. And then Greta the hen. She's cute. Cosmo the snail. He looks a little derpy, but he's still cute. And Angelica whale. Tiny little hat for that huge whale. How funny. Is she the last one? No. Roberto the dachshund. This also reminds me of my youngest Max. That is his favourite type of dog. He wishes he could own one. He harps my life out for one. But I don't think Rolo would be tolerant of a new dog. And you may think, why does Max always get his name mentioned? That's because Max has been the only of my 3 boys that has really been interested in my crochet makes and wanted them. So that's the strong connection there. And Amelia giraffe. Not your traditional giraffe colours, but still cute. Is she the last one? I think she is. No, she's not. We have Eduardo the Cutasaurus. I have a nephew that loves dinosaurs. Reminds me of him. So now for my selections. In this one, I am going to pick, let me get to that double page spread again. I am going to pick you know this is a guaranteed Roberto the dachshund, because you know I've explained the strong connection of Max and my crochet. And I am also going to pick Greta the hen, because I think Auntie Lala would like her as well. It's amazing who springs to mind when you're looking at these sorts of things, isn't it? And then finally, I am going to choose who am I going to choose? I would love to do the hedgehog, but I'm really intimidated by all of her hair. So I think I am going to choose Olivia Rosemary Mouse. So there we go. Did we pick the same things? Were any of my choices a surprise for you? Did I kind of go, you know, off of Manfa's normal trail of selections? Who knows? And of course, even though I've pre-selected patterns in my books, if at any point I pick the book up and actually change what I want to make, I don't have to use the pre-selected choices. It's just there to give me a starting point. But yeah, they are all published by Meteor Books. Meteor Books are my favourite publisher of amigurumi patterns, especially. I really love going through these books with you and, you know, just showing what there is inside and making my selections for future Sam to help her out. Yeah, there's still plenty more books for me to label though, guys. I do this once a month, so that is October's episode done. Like I said, the complete playlist will be in my description box, and also the more in-depth book look for those books as well. Please do come back on Friday for my crafty catch up. Again, did I get those pumpkins done? Who knows? Who knows? You'll have to come back and find out. And for all my gorgeous Mingo members, those that pay a little bit of money every month to help support the channel, please, please, please watch last Saturday's members only video and do the homework that I set for you. I would really, really appreciate it. I want all 19 of you to take part this time. And of course, memberships are open for any of you should you wish to join. It is not compulsory. I am not asking or begging. I'm just letting you know that it is an option here on Manfa's Makes. It's £2.99 a month. You always have your YouTube handle in every video that I put out. You get members only giveaways. And you know, that's probably about it, to be fair, but that's all I can do at the minute. But if you're willing to become a member, then please do join the gang. You would be very, very welcome. But like I said, no pressure at all. So I'm going to leave it there. I will be back on Friday. It is midweek for you guys watching this, so I hope it is being a good and kind week for you all. Like I said, I'll be back on Friday, but until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye guys, love you loads.